Swap your slippers for trainers with Fitness First, helping over 1 million members get results.
6 months ago, 27-year-old Jodie Prenger from Blackpool weighed over 18 stone and had hit rock bottom.
I just feel really conscious of myself, and you don't feel like you're living your life to the ultimate, and I really don't.
So she took the plunge and joined 11 overweight strangers who all had one goal in mind: to shed the pounds and change their lives forever. In the 6 months since they entered the Biggest Loser house, between them, they've lost a staggering 59 stone. But it was Jodie who came out on top, shedding almost half her body weight to win the £25,000 prize. So, how does she feel to have beaten the competition and been crowned the UK's Biggest Loser? When Jodie applied to be on the Biggest Loser 6 months ago, the 27-year-old singer from Blackpool had no idea what lay ahead.
The whole journey of the Biggest Loser has been the biggest journey I will ever undertake in my whole life. You start off this person you just don't want to be, and you're not happy, and there's no light at the end of the tunnel, and then you set off on this whirlwind adventure that takes you to this magical place that is just the best feeling in the world. But I tell you what, all the ups and all the downs have been so worth it.
And that adventure reached its peak tonight when she faced the final weigh-in.
The most nerve-wracking part of walking into the final was the fact that I was going in last. So I knew I was going to be greeted by a mass of people, and I thought, oh, what am I going to do? And who do I look to first?
Let's welcome back Jodie!
I kind of walked in and I saw Angie and Mark, and the look on Angie's face, I tell you something, it was absolutely priceless. It was worth every grueling morning that I got up jogging just to see the look on Angie's face. When I looked over and I saw the other 8 contestants, it's so lovely to see everybody back at the house, and everybody just looked absolutely beautiful. Ben looked absolutely brilliant, all suited and booted. And then I was looking for Lee, and when I saw him, I just literally beamed with pride. He looked every inch the proud father that he's become. Then you think, this competition is definitely on.
Ben was first up on the scales and shed over 6 stone, nearly a third of his body weight. Next up was Lee, who lost an incredible 10 stone and 6 pounds, which meant the pressure was really on for Jodie.
It was beyond tense. My palms were sweating, my head was sweating, my feet were aching even, I don't know why. But it really was, before I even stepped on them scales, I felt like I'd already won, because I felt like I had won my life back. And I was that person that I've always wanted to be. I was happy.
The last time, Jodie, onto the scales.
Stepping on the scales, you can see the other 8 contestants on one side, and there's Ben and Lee on the other, and you're looking at them, and I couldn't look back. I couldn't look at the screen behind. There was no way I could. I don't know why, I really don't. And you're watching their faces, and you're thinking, well, they're watching the weight going down and down and down, and then when it hit that weight and I turned back, and everybody was just so happy, and I mean, well, I can't tell you how happy I was. It was the final time of getting on them scales, but, you know, even though it filled me with so much dread, every single second was worth it.
Let's turn your 8 stone and 7 pounds into a percentage of your weight loss.
When I actually saw on the screen that I'd won by 46 points, and I can't remember the point percentage, I was that excited. It was the most enthralling, bizarre experience of my whole entire life.
You've done it, Jade! Well done, darling, well done!
She's proved that women can do it. She's just blown everyone out of the water, and it's just a phenomenal achievement.
I'm so proud I've done it for the girls. I really am. To be the first woman, it's just the ultimate triumph. I just can't believe it! The last time I was ever in the 9 stones was when I was 9 years old. I literally went up every single year when I was 9, 10, 11. I went up a stone and up a stone. You know, never could shop like other little girls could. Never could dress up really like other little girls could. But just the one thing I wanted to be was a little princess, and I could never be that. I was always the chubby, funny, fat girl. Just to kind of break free of that shell is just such a huge... It's such an achievement in my life.
Just 6 months ago, Jodie couldn't have imagined that such a transformation would be possible.
I became larger than most people because I ate at the wrong time. I ate the wrong food. I didn't exercise. And I did all those things that just led me on a path of a destruction, really. I genuinely thought that that was going to be me forever. I never saw myself and being thin, and I genuinely never saw a light at the end of the tunnel.
But Jodie's salvation began when she walked over the hill towards the Biggest Loser house.
The first day in the house was very daunting. I mean, seeing all the other contestants there, it was such an overwhelming experience.
But the contestants were given no time to settle into their new home as they faced the trainers straight away.
Come on, move it! That's better!
The very first training session with Angie and Mark was definitely the best.
Go!
All contestants were dying. We really were.
Moving on.
Oh, and I'm looking at everybody else thinking, well, they're keeping going, and I'm like, and you don't realise how unhealthy your body is and how you just can't cope with normal everyday exercise. And that was the biggest shock of all.
It's going to get a lot worse than this.
The contestants were then put into their teams, and initially Jodie was with the girls. Jodie, what do you think women have got that will make sure that they beat the boys?
I just think we are the better sex.
I thought, well, bring it on, boys. I really did.
But there was a surprise in store as the trainers could choose one person each to swap teams.
There was one in particular that stood out for me. I saw real grit as she was training, and it's Jodie.
When I had to walk over to the boys' teams, I felt like hanging my head in shame.
Oh, I felt like a right wally.
You look after me. That's okay.
But, you know, they were great. They really did take me under the wings. I think the red team bonded really well. Oh, but we did. We honestly did have such a good laugh. You actually know when you first see everybody who you're going to get on with and who you're not. And I knew I'd get on with Amos straight away. I could tell he was going to be a bundle of fun. My one great asset was being put on the boys' team and being made to train as a boy. And the best asset of all was having Angie as a trainer, because I tell you what, she kicked some welly into you, she really did.
I don't care if I make you cry, I don't care if I make you sick. It's going to be a nightmare. Go!
My first impression of Angie was pure fear.
It's meant to hurt. You think this is bad? Oh, God.
There's my mum I'm scared of, and then there's Angie.
Jodie, get that bum down a lot further.
Anything she said, I was like, yes, Angie, no, Angie, 3 bags full, Angie. She's just got something that people quake in the boots for, and I definitely think that's what I needed when I come into the house. Angie is like a cream egg. She's got a hard exterior, but she's soft on the inside. And she's the most fantastic person, and she truly has been my angel. She really has, because she has saved my life. And you can't think such a tiny woman can have such a big effect on someone's life. She's a powerhouse of fun, and she's just such an amazing person.
From day one I chose you. I saw something in you. Now I know what it was I saw.
I always portrayed to be a really happy person on the outside, always, but I'm really starting to feel
That's really
genuinely happy.
Superstar you are.
Hey.
Still to come, Jodie reveals how the experience has changed her life.
It's so lovely to realise that people actually, for once, see you as just you.
And how she felt to be caught between her 2 best friends.
That was a really horrible experience for me in the house.